Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another PoMa video. So today let's go over that poll we did a few days ago, right? In terms of the most anticipated characters for PoMa in 2023, right? So first of all, thank you to everyone who participated in the survey. All right, again, very unofficial, unscientific survey, but you know, we're trying to see some trends over here, right? So in the survey we didn't include we just omitted the entries that, well, didn't read the rules, because the rules said main series characters, not including obviously anime manga spin-off, not including Scarlet Violet, Let's Go, and Legends Arceus. Does that mean there's no chance of any anime manga spin-off, Scarlet Violet, Legends Arceus, or Let's Go characters coming to this game? Absolutely not. They could totally come in. Like, we got Ash last year, okay? If we get Ash last year, we could get I don't know, Ash is kind of like a special case. Can't really think of the specific, like, okay, maybe for example the new pro tags from the new anime, you know, the two that retired Ash, unfortunately. So it's possible, right? Obviously it's all possible. Could we get Wes? Very, you know, highly anticipated character. Everyone loves Wes, right? Possible. Is it likely? Not really, but is there a chance? Yeah. And for Scarlet Violet, you know, Scarlet Violet's obviously going to come into the game, right? And I would want to say this year, right? No guarantees, but this year would make sense, right? As for like Legends Arceus and Let's Go, those I'm not super sure about, because honestly, Let's Go was like that's a Gen 8 game, and by now more than half of Sword and Shield characters are in the game, so it's looking a bit unlikely for Let's Go, right? Not saying it's not gonna happen. It could happen, right, in the future. And kind of the same for Legends Arceus, except not as, like, we could still give like Legends Arceus a few more months just to get like in the ballpark of the timing cycle for Sword and Shield in getting into the game, right? So there's still a chance for that, although the chances are looking more and more slim by the date, right? I suppose so. Yeah. Again, those characters from those games / anime / manga crossovers, all that stuff, they could all come to the game, right? It's all possible. But we're just, for this survey, we limited it what to units that we know have a chance, right? That we know definitely have a chance. So yeah, that's what we did over here. So yeah, again, last year we got 14 new characters, right? 14 new characters. That's kind of, not that that's exactly how it played out, but like average one a month, right? 12 months a year, 14 characters, around one a month. You know, although they did generally come in spurts, right? You know, there's 1 month with the 3 Sinnoh Elite Fours, the 3 Galarian characters, but there's also just a few singles here and there. Nita dropped randomly. Well, not super random, but like Lucas, I guess, right? By himself, Bede by himself. The Bede one was very, very random, right? And then you obviously have the Vilnarks, all those characters, right? So, yeah. That's that. And so, yeah, this was last year's poll, right? That we did. There's a lot of under 15 votes that we didn't have in here. Just a quick refresher on last year's. As you can see, a lot of last year's characters did come in, right? Gordy. Gordy's in the game now, right? You got Lucian. Lucian's in the game, right? And Shauna is like soon, although it's not like technically last year's, but you know, it's coming this year. Soon, in fact, a few weeks. And you know, Looker's in the game, Aaron. So a lot of very, very highly anticipated ones are in the game, right? Melanie, Bertha, right? Then just Bede, Courtney, like the top 5, right? 5 of the top 6, I'd say, right? Came in the game last year. Coloris, Victor, Hugh, Courtney, and Bede, right? So So yeah, got a lot of new characters last year. So let's see what people were you know, looking forward to this year, right? So anyways, to start off, before we get into like the ones that actually like received some votes, so let's just go over the ones like that were under 1% that were in here. Oh, also I did take out a few, you know, entries, just mainly the ones that some people cheated and like put like 3 or 5 characters in like one slot. Don't do that. Right. Again, also took, this is with taking out again also all the anime spin-off, manga, whatever, Scarlet Violet, all those other characters as well. So this is what we got. So for characters under 1% in the vote getting category, right? First of all, we have Mira, which shout out Mira, I guess, right, from Gen 4. Kurt, which I'm surprised people still remember him, Pokeball guy from Johto. Mr. Briny, my goat, Mr. Briny. If Mr. Briny can make it, like, honestly, my #1 wish, Mr. Briny in the game. That'd be great. But also Proton, who does have the model in the game, obviously, right? Cassius, which I completely forgot about until like going over this poll, right? He's actually the PC guy in XY, right? I believe. So yeah, obviously Trevor here. We got Zero Sick, which okay. I mean, shout out to people who voted for him. Tierno, right? As well. Sorry, some of these are a bit large. I don't know why. Chili, right? Also has a model in the game. God help me. What's his name again? I know he's like Pluto, but he had like another name. Started like a what? See, oh no, it's in the bar. Sharon. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's the platinum dude, Team Galactic one. Moan, which is you know, Luzmin's husband, and I don't know what this is. Oh, this is Tina. I don't know why these are so large, but it's Tina, which is slightly sad for like you know, rival of this game got like under 1%. But don't worry, there's even sadder characters that got under 1%. Samson Oak, right? Who I don't even think has a Pokemon, but you know, yeah, he gives out Pokemon though. No, so Fennel. Oh, it'd be nice if we got Fennel in the game. Although I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? No, she could be in the game. Punia, which for some reason a lot of the DLC characters don't actually have like official artwork. It's just like models from the game. Cress, again, also has a model in the game. Shadow Triad, right? Also has models in game. This is supposed to be Mr. Fuji. If you guys don't know, this is his sprite from like the trainer, like the famous trainer thing that they had in Fire Red Leaf Green. Spencer with the cool, you know, staff. Otherwise, uninteresting battle facility. Didn't like it personally. I think this is Morgan, right? This is Morgan, and then the pink one is Dana, I believe, right? Morgan. Tierno also has a model in the game. Faba, right? Solaria, I believe. I'm sorry, but Ultra Recon Squad folks look very similar to me. Greta. Dulce, I believe. This is Alexa, that's Viola's sister in XY. Zossie, I think, right? Another Ultra Recon Squad. Tucker! My guy, Tucker. Sad he got only under 1% of the vote, but oh, right. Archer, also model in the game. Paulo, our main rival in Pokemon Masters, that we've gotten a 1+ year long villain arc. Not that he's like the main character of all of them, but like he has his own interlude. Got under 1% of the vote. That's so sad. Man's going through like 9 villain arcs just to get like under 1% popularity vote. Again, not scientific, obviously, not a good sample size either. We got like 500 something entries, which again I appreciate the folks who did vote, but Honey, not Mustard. Mustard did not get under 1%. Honey also got under 1%. Trevor, wait, did I do Trevor twice? Did I do Trevor twice? I did, but anyways, AA Rune, which is the Omega Ruby Sapphire Secret Base guy, for those who don't know, and Curtis, right, from Black, White 2. So that's all the characters who got under 1% of the vote, right? So nothing too much to talk about here, I suppose. There's a lot of them, and most of them are pretty obscure. I don't think there's any like big surprises. Most of them, you know, there's Battle Frontier folks. There's like not even actual like, you know, characters. I hate to say that to my goat, Mr. Briny, but you know. So there's some like rather unpopular admins and stuff. I guess gym leaders being down here is slightly surprising, I guess, because like gym leaders are generally pretty big-ish characters in Pokemon series, but yeah, there's like a few, again, side characters, a few very not very popular rivals, like the 2X and Y ones, and then obviously the Masters ones, and like some scientist adjacent people as well. Again, just random villain adjacent characters, right? Yeah, just a lot of just Battle Frontier folks, villain folks, right? So yeah, I guess people don't really appreciate the Battle Frontier that much. Not really. There's gonna be more later on. Anyways, all right, moving on to characters who actually got more than 1% of the vote. So, okay, so of those who got more than 1%, got 22 places, not 22 characters, but there's a lot of ties, right? So, tied for number 22 over here, that got 1.33% of the vote. Congratulations. We got Bonnie, which is the Clement sister, which apparently is more popular than, like, I don't know. I was about to say more popular than like some character I thought would be more popular that was under 1%, but I don't know. Looking at the characters that are down under 1%, I guess there's not any like really big popular ones, which is probably why they're under 1% in the first place. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really. Trevor, I don't know. Trevor's people hate on Teardo Trevor too much. Not that I find them particularly interesting though, but I don't know. All right. Anyways, so yeah, Bonnie, who's just known as Clement's sister, basically. Does she even have a Pokemon in the games? I know she's probably popular because of the anime, but yeah. Bonnie here, we have Saturn, who is in the game, model-wise, right? So, shout out Saturn, I guess, right? Slightly hair, you know, weird hairstyle, but you know. Well, someone is Toxicroak though. But all right, moving on, we have Ariana, which is also in the game model-wise, from the Johto villain arc, I believe, right? First, wait, or did she come in the Kanto villain arc? I don't remember. I think she was in the Kanto villain arc, right? Anyways, whatever. And then the other one is Professor Birch, which is like outside of Samson Oak, I think the lowest getting professor like vote. Like of all the main professors, he's the one who received the least amount of votes, unfortunately. So rip Birch, right? I guess like there's like technically like against Samson Oak and like Fennel, but like they're not like main professor. He's like a main professor, and I guess people don't like him that much. Okay, fair. Next up, tied for 21 at 1.52% of the vote, we have Professor Rowan, which at least he beat Professor Birch, I guess. Then we have Buck. Shoutouts Buck, right? From Diamond Pearl, if you guys remember him, right, in the Heatran cave. What was that cave called again? I can't remember. Something. No, not. It's like whatever. Buck with his clay doll would be cool. Anyways, next up we have the ball guy, which I was debating if I'd even like count him honestly, but hey, I put Briny in there. Let's put ball guy in there, okay? All right, ball guy, and then we have Bill from Fire Red. Well, Kanto such Johto in general, I guess, the PC guy. So Bill, the original PC guy. So that's does he even have a Pokemon in the games? Other than the Pokemon that he turns himself into? And the ones he gives out. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Does Balga have a Pokemon? Probably not either, right? Buck has one, so does Rowan have one? I mean, yeah. Look, they could give people who don't have Pokemon, all right? They gave Oak Mew, so you know, they give people stuff, all right? All right. Next up, tied for 20 with 1.71% of the vote. We're almost at 2%, folks. We're almost at the 2%ers. So Professor Burnett from Alola / Unova / it's actually never confirmed where she was from. So yeah, Professor Kui's wife, among other things, Dream Radar Professor, and I also believe that she doesn't have a Pokemon, but yeah, it'd be cool if she comes with one of the genies, I suppose. So also have Dexio over here, which is from Kalos, right? One of Professor Sycamore's helpers, and then Jupiter, who already has a model in the game, obviously appeared during the villain arc. One of the three, right? Galactic admins. So yeah, the one that beat the hell out of Barry. So bad. Oh my god. Anyways, so yeah, yeah, we'll see what they can do with her. All right, now tied for the 19th spot over here at 1.9% of the vote, so we're not exactly at 2% yet, but first of all, Yancy, which is like girl Curtis, and because of that, she's higher than Curtis, I guess, unfortunately. And Avery, the DLC, you know, Isle of Armor rival, psychic guy, right? Tragic backstory and all. And then we have Wick, who also doesn't have a Pokemon, I believe, so we'll see, I guess. And then Professor Elm, which is the second highest professor, but the highest male professor, which is a much higher distinction when you put it that way. So there's that. That's the number 19. All right. Here's the 2%ers. All right, at 2.47, which is a big jump. We have tied for number 18. Matt over here, also already in the game, had a honestly really nice little arc there in the Hoenn villain arc, right? Got I'd say got a lot out of him, right? Him and like honestly the main villains during the Hoenn villain arc was really him and Courtney rather than like the usual villain leaders, right? Maxie and Archie. So that was neat. I like that. And then the other one is Cena, for those who also, you know, could remember who she is. She's the Professor Sycamore assistant along with Dexio, right? Although people usually remember her for her Sun and Moon appearances, which I guess I don't blame people for that, but yeah, so there's that as well. Next up, tied for number 17 at 2.66. There's a percentage at the end there, but you know, the white in silent, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, there we go, that's better. So, yeah, 2.66% though got silent. I don't know how to pronounce his name, man. It's green chili. All right, I know how to pronounce chili. He's the green version of chili, basically. And obviously the most popular of the three, because he's in the anime, which just happens with anime characters, I guess. They get the anime boost, right? So, yeah, there's him, and then like Benga, who I think is like the grandson of Alder, or son of Alder. I don't know. It's like one of those. I don't know. I didn't play the game thing, whatever. So, anyways, that's Benga, who allegedly gives you like some shiny Pokemon after you beat him, but I don't know, man. He's like 3 years old. And then we have tied at number 16 with 2.85% of the vote, right? We have Ilima over here, which is the last Alolan trial giver yet to appear in the game, right? The normal type one, right? So still one more, maybe a little arc, who knows, right? And we have youngster Joey, which I'm surprised is this low, I guess. I mean, hey, look, I would have voted for youngster Joey if I was a, you know, actually funny person / epic big Chungus memer. I don't know the lingo these days, but like, yeah. Youngest Joy, which, look, there's a chance, right? We've been getting, you know, some of these NPCs lately, so possible. Anyways, and then the last one is Dahlia, yeah, a real character. The arcade star, right? I'd say probably one of the more popular Frontier brains from Sinnoh, right? Obviously outside of PoMa. So there's that. She could be a really nice addition as well. So hopefully someday, they, you know, remember she exists. But anyways, moving on. Next up, tied at number 15, we have, well, first of all, Chuck with 3.61% of the vote. Chuck. Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, I'll probably like mention it again at the end because people are just gonna like skip this part. It's out of 300% because everyone had 3 chances to vote, and that's also subtracting the 54.65% of invalid votes. So that's why, if you're thinking, oh, what, this adds up over 100, so that's why. Anyways, and each person can only vote for the same character once. So yeah, Chuck, the Chuckster over here, already in the game, model wise, right? When, I don't know, was he in during the Johtoville arc, or is he during the Dojo like Gloria event thing, whatever? But yeah, him, Polyrath would be really nice. I thought there'd be more people voting for him just because, like, I don't know, it might be like just my own echo chamber, but like every freaking day I just see, wow, what about Chuck in my comments, right? I can't believe we're getting, you know, Shauna before Chuck or whatever. I just see those comments a lot, so I'm slightly surprised he's not higher. But yep, he's there, he exists, right? And the other one is Professor Juniper, which is the highest professor, I guess, on here, which you know, thing versus thing, but female, so that's not so that problem. I apologize. That's look, Professor Juniper, good Pokemon card. Technically they all do the same thing. It's like more too. I don't know, people like Professor Juniper, that's totally fine. Look, I like Professor Juniper too, alright? I think she's neat. I just also like Elm and Birch and Rowan and, you know, etc. I'm not salty, really. Even though it did sound like it. Moving on. Alright, next, tied for number 14 at 3.98%. We have, well, first of all, Lenora, which, shout out to Lenora and her Watchhog. People always like to say, oh, I can't believe so-and-so is not in the game. Alright, there's like thousands of characters. They can't just drop them all at once. But like one, and I never like saying stuff like that, but like if there was one character, I'd say, oh, it's kind of scratching my head here, right? Thought this character would be like a launch unit even. Probably be a Lenora. I don't know why, but I just feel like Lenora would have been a launch unit. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah. Hopefully she does come into the game soon, because she's cool. She's very cool. And yeah, I don't know. I like dinosaurs. Moving on. We have Opal also here as well at 14, or number 14, tied. And yeah, Opal obviously could be neat too. And then Emma, which I'm surprised is this high. Not because she's a bad character or whatever, right? I'm just surprised, like, enough people know who she is to begin with. Which is not a, you know, that's not a shot at Emma, right? Look, it's just that, like, she was kind of an obscure character. Because, like, first of all, she's a post-game character in a game that people always say there's, like, no post-game. Plus, she was, like, which is, you know, it wasn't much of a post-game. I'm not arguing that, right? But, you know, it's the post-game character in a game that people say there's no post-game in. And also, it's, like, a slightly hidden post-game. So it's not even, like, oh, after you beat the Elite Four, they immediately call you to do this. And, yeah, no, you have to, you know, figure that one out yourself, right? So, but I'm not surprised because Emma fans are dedicated, man. Because if you actually did you know, do and look into her story, it's actually quite a bit of a sad and you know, I guess a character I probably folk could relate to. So yeah, there she is up here, right? So hopefully we get Emma. There are some traces of Emma potentially coming in the game, but that's for another day, I guess. But moving on. Okay, next up at number 13. First of all, we have Mars, who's again also in the game already model-wise. So we'll see when. I mean these characters are gonna eventually come out since they have them all in the game, right? Just kidding. Ruki's been in the game for 2 years plus, and he still hasn't been released yet. But yeah, poor Yuki, man. At least, you know, people don't have to sit there and speculate what Pokemon he's gonna be with, unless they like just swap it out for some reason, which would be very, very odd. But yeah, anyways, why should they swap it out for like something super random? I don't know. Droppers, I don't know. Whatever. And then Juan over here, my guy Juan. He looks so good, man. Anyways, I really like his fit. Not that I would ever wear something like that. Oh my god, no. But yeah, Juan as well. You know, Wallace's guy, and that's the 13th, the 4.36 percenters over here. All right, at title number 12, our 4.72 percenters. We got Milo, Grouse Gym Leader from Galar. Is he the... No, him and Opal, right? No, him and Opal and Cobb. Okay, never mind. There's like 3. Okay, there's quite a few more gym leaders from Galar not in yet. So, yep, there's Milo. And then we have Malva, who just got a model in the game this update. So I'd be very surprised if we don't get Malva as a unit next update, just because like we need her for the Kalos champion stadium. Like, even if you don't care about like Malva as a character at all or whatever, or you don't, even if you think for some reason she's not going to be in the villain arc, which why would she not be in the villain arc or take other model? It's a, you know, they at least need her for the Kalos champion stadium, right? So yeah, Malva's there. Looks like the you know, 4.72% of people who voted for Malva are going to get their wish come true, probably. So soon. All right, next up with 11% of the vote, we got Eugene, first of all, Mr. Eugene, which I'm slightly surprised isn't higher, but I don't know. Maybe the folks who actually played the games, you know, that generation is too old now to participate in stuff like this. But yeah, Eugene over there, 5.12% of the vote, and then we got Chairman Rose, which Mr. literally like a main villain leader of the entire game is at like couldn't even crack top 10, which is very sad because I do consider Rose a very, very, very well written villain in terms of his evil ideology, which I personally find incredibly underrated. But he's didn't make top 10. Sad. Finally, top 10. Tied at top 10 over here with 5.5% of the vote. We have, first of all, Watson. All right? My guy, Watson. What a king, bro. Imagine not making it over this guy. All right, look, man. It's jokes, okay? It's not actually a competition. We're just trying to see, you know, what people are looking forward to coming in the game. PoMa in 2023, but slightly funny. I don't know. He's a funny guy, man. He likes laughing a lot. So yeah, Watson Mega Manetric would be really, really cool. And then the other one is Shelly, who of course already has a model in the game as well from the Hoenn villain arc. So yeah, she's probably gonna come into the game eventually, just like Ruki has. Yeah. All right, tied at number 9 with 6.07% of the vote. First of all, Pyramid King Brandon. I am so very, very proud of you guys for remembering to vote for the king himself. Literally a king, right? So I'm surprised people remember him, but I am glad because he's freaking cool, man. He's Pyramid King Brandon, all right, with his Reggies. Very, very, very neat. So yeah, I really do hope. I think he's the second highest voted Frontier Brain, I believe. Let me just quickly look over these. Yeah, he's second. Well, third highest one. Which, you know what? Good enough in my book, because you know he's not really a character that, unlike some of the other Frontier Brains, right, have like extra other story stuff that he's ever appeared in, or have other significant relationships with other big characters or whatever, or is considered like the whatever Frontier Brain or whatever here and there. So for him to make it all the way up this far as a guy who has not appeared in like any Pokemon media in almost 20 years now. Oh my god, right? Shoutouts, Brendan. Shoutouts all the people who still remember it. Okay, moving on. Oleana, another one. Oh, I voted. By the way, I of the three I voted, one is Brendan, one's Oleana, and they both got the 6.07% vote, which is pretty cool. So, side note, just a personal thing. So yeah, Oleana most likely coming with the Galar villain arc, right? I mean, Rose is almost all but guaranteed. Oleana, I can't really say is guaranteed, but the one thing Oleana does have over all the other admins from the other regions is like almost all the other villain groups, they have like multiple admins. And for Rose / Macrocosmos, it's really just Oleana, right? It's really just her, so the chance of her making it, I feel like, are very, 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 very high, right? So there's that. Moving on, my guy Byron over here, which I, totally remember what his name is. Byron, yeah, of Canalave City. I love Canalave City's music, by the way, side note, but yeah. Would be cool whenever he comes in the game as well. And then Olympia, so we got, what, 2 gym leaders here, right? 2 gym leaders, 1 admin-ish adjacent sort of character. She's not, like, really an admin, but, and 1 Frontier Brain. Oh, so inspirational, Brendan. up here in the big leagues, but yeah. Olympia, Kalos gym leader, I think she's the only one, right? Only Kalos gym leader not in the game yet, so, yep, last one for that region to complete. Alright, so far we've seen a lot of ties here, but the man who holds the sole position of number 8 in our survey with 6.45% of the vote, Mr. Kabu. He's the only one here, so with probably, Gmax sent to Scorch, right, whenever he comes, so good for him. Maybe the Galar villain arc, although I don't really know, because, again, Galar just has, like, way too many characters outstanding at the moment, so we'll see. So, number 7 with 7.02% of the vote, right? 1 from each. Sword and Shield DLC. First of all, got Mustard here, right, from Isle of Armor. Obviously, big, huge character, right? Former champion and all. And then we got Peony as well. Slash, Calyrex is conscious like half the time. So I'm slightly surprised Peony is this high, right? But no, not that, didn't think he's like unpopular, but like he's higher than, first of all, he's higher than Rose, that's surprised me. Well, I mean, that's the main thing that surprised me. I mean, maybe more than like using, I don't know. I just feel like the 2 that got voted like 11, Rose and Eugene, I thought they'd be a bit more popular considering their roles in the games. I guess, okay, Eugene role wasn't like that large, but he's sort of like, he has a bit of a cult following-ish, right? So anyways, all right, next. For the sole position of number 6 over here with 8.16 of the vote with Clara, which in comparison to Avery, who's, no, I'm not gonna do that again. It's all right, they're different characters, they got their, some people like certain things, all right? So, yeah, Clara, I really do wonder, because we haven't gotten any of the Sword and Shield DLC characters, right? So, other than, like, if you want to count Dojo Gloria, although I wouldn't really count that, but I don't know how they're gonna handle these, right? Because, yeah, I feel like they have to do the villain arc first, right? They have to finish the villain arc, and then, like, maybe they'll finish the villain arc, and then they'll go around and then do something with these Sword and Shield DLC characters, but we'll see. Next up, we have Drasna number 5, which with 8.54% of the vote, which I'm very, very surprised. Because usually Elite Fours aren't like super popular, right? Like outside of like lands, and I guess you can't really count the Galar ones, but like the Alolan ones, just because like the Alolan ones, they're also they have also like other stuff they do, right? Generally, Elite Four characters aren't super popular, but to see like Drasna all the way up at number 5, I'm surprised. Didn't know she was this popular. Honestly, didn't think she was popular at all. Like, if you were to ask me, like, who's the most popular Kalos Elite Four, I'd probably tell you Malva, Malva, but I don't know. I mean, good for Drasna lovers, because she's probably gonna come to the game soon. Because again, same thing with Malva, right? Kalos Champion Stadium, so she's probably gonna come soon. Hopefully Noivern, that would be cool. I don't know. I personally would prefer Dragology, but you know, Noivern, Dragology, whatever. All cool options, I think. So there it is, number 5, Drowsno. Wow, Drasna. Did I just say Drowsno? I don't know what that was. Anyways, moving on. Tied at number 4 with 9.3% of the vote. First of all, we have the big man himself, AZ, which again will be very interesting to see if he does show up in the second half of the Kalos villain arc, right? Because if there's any character left in the game that you could say, or left, not out yet, of these characters that we just went through, that could be like new character Massive level, I would say maybe AZ, even though I honestly don't even think so. Like, Victor was pokey. I mean, but all the pro tags, I don't know, man. Well, because Massive generally aren't like new characters. The only like new characters that came out as Massive are Archie. Oh, you know what? If Archie, you know what? No. I take that back. Rose could easily be a Massive, and that Mr. Not even top 10. Rose could I guess be Massive since Archie and Maxie were, right? But I guess in that vein, AZ maybe? Would AZ be a step down though under Rose? Yeah, I don't know. Who's the other ones? Leon, Archie, Maxie, and Ash, right? I think those are the only new character Massive. All the other ones are like alts, right? I believe. I almost said Caleb. Anyways, no. The next one, which is the second highest Frontier Brain on this list, Palmer, Mr. Palmer, and well, I'm gonna say Rapier, but no, it's not confirmed. But I mean, it'd be pretty surprising if he doesn't come with Rapier, I guess. Not that he doesn't have other options; he has a lot of other options, but I'd say Rapier is a pretty good one. I'd say. All right. So yeah, Tower Tycoon, Palmer, aka Barry's dad, aka cool guy with the cool jacket and hair. I don't know. I have nothing else to say about Palmer. He's cool. Now we're into the top 3. Thankfully, this time there's no ties up here. Right? There's no ties up here actually, which is slightly surprising. But at number 3, sole position with 11.39% of the vote, we have Mr. Riley. People will be very, very mad if he doesn't get Lucario. People like a lot of people were super mad when Aura Cynthia got Lucario, and it's not because Lucario doesn't fit Cynthia. Obviously, Lucario fits Cynthia, right? It's one of her main Pokemon, right? But a lot of people were mad that Cynthia got Lucario because they thought that means Riley's not getting Lucario anymore, which is obviously not the case. There's like 7 Pokemon that people that have like Gengar in this game right now or something. Slight exaggeration, but you get the point. Like the anniversary, I don't know why people are afraid of that issue. The anniversary was literally with Aura Cynthia, 2 guys with Pikachus, right? Like, come on, he's gonna get Lucario, okay? He's gonna get freaking Lucario. It just depends on what type of Lucario is it, right? Is it gonna be like a Steel Lucario, right, to contrast a bit? with the other two fighting. So he's gonna get Luke Hart. All right, don't worry. Also, I think Riley was the third one I voted for. Yeah. That's the ones I voted for. Brendan, Pyramid King, Brendan, Riley, and Oleana. I usually put AZ on there, but then I forgot that Oleana also existed, so I put Oleana in there instead of AZ. Look at me voting for popular characters. I mean, is there any of the under 1% characters that I would have voted for? Not really. Can you really blame me? Like, what is this, man? What is this pool of characters? It's like Trevor, Archer. I would have voted for Mr. Briney. Okay, I would have voted for Mr. Briney, but outside of Mr. Briney, yeah, I don't think I would have voted for any of these other guys. Which is why I didn't vote for them, personally. But yeah, anyways, Riley, obviously very, 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 very popular. Riley was the most popular character, right, last year when we did the poll of all the characters that didn't get something, right? So first was Colors, then Victor, and then we got Courtney, Bede, and someone else, whatever, and then yeah, he was the one next that we didn't get last year. So I don't know, I would kind of expect him. I would kind of, because again, last year we got like all like the top ones, right? So I would kind of expect him this year. We'll see. Anyways, so that's number 3. Moving on. Number 2 was honestly a huge surprise to me. Drayden, actually, right? So with what, 12.33% of vote, I'm super surprised Drayden made it to number 2. Epic, face guy, right? So the main reason why I'm surprised is that people like remember him. Because to be honest, sometimes I forget he exists. But which, it's not unfair, because look, he was only in one of the games, right? And usually like characters that only appear in like one of the 2 games might get a bit of a disadvantage in terms of popularity in theory, but that's not actually the case, because it, like, you can look at like Nessa, very popular, right? So which she's only in I believe Shield. Nessa's in Shield, right? But yeah, characters like Nessa, very, 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 very popular. I don't know why. That's the only example I could think of. I guess Bee's pretty popular too, but she's same side of the side of the same coin, I guess. So there's that. But no, he's popular, man. He's number 2. I don't even know how else, to make it more obvious, he's very, very popular. He got number 2 on this poll. But yeah, Drayden. I'm just trying to think. Is there like something I missed about this character? Cause he had that like one moment when Team Plasma was freezing the place, right? But that's about it. I don't think he, like, other than like, at the end the Unova gym leaders in the first games, right, they all like swarmed the place, but like all of them did. So did he have any outstanding Pokemon? Dredagon? I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Is he like, he might be big in the anime, which if that's the case, then I wouldn't know. Although I don't think he is, because like Silent is probably much bigger than he is in the anime. I don't know. People like Drayden. Look, man, people like different things for different reasons. Sometimes it's just personal taste / experience, and it's different for everyone. So but I don't know, man. I usually can, like, I can see why people like certain characters. Maybe this character was super popular in the anime, right? That I like, characters that I don't really get, or not really get, but like I don't like personally find appeal, but I can generally see why people like certain characters, right? Like I could get why people like them, or make them super popular. Again, like Silent, he's pretty big in the anime, right? Bonnie, who I barely know at all, but she's in the anime as well, right? Usually You know, those get big boosts or whatever. I just don't know. I'm really not trying to like disrespect Drayden or I think he's fine. I don't, you know, I just don't. I'm just wondering if like if I missed something about this character. But anyways, you know, hopefully he does come in this game, into the game this year. That would be pretty cool, since a lot of people are hoping for the same thing as well. So yeah, I'd assume it'd be Druddigan, right? Again, I don't know too much about him. I think I know enough about him though. I mean, I played the games. I beat him, right? So his gym design was cool. But it's all the same as Iris, but Iris would be super popular too, right? But whatever. I don't. You know what? You guys tell me, okay? Did I miss something about him, or is it just purely a personal preference thing that is maybe I got all the things about him right? It's just that, you know, maybe for some reason my brain just doesn't value those things as big of a factor, I guess. But anyways, whatever. Drayden's cool. Congrats to the Drayden voters. Again, it's not a contest, but all right. Moving on. So number 1 on this poll, Annabelle. I mean, is this much of a surprise? This is like, yeah, this was almost a given. Right? Although I guess maybe it's a bit of a surprise because like last year she wasn't the highest of all the like unreleased ones, right? Because the highest was like Riley. She was, let me see. Yeah. Last year she was like 2 spots lower, right, than Riley. Because like Riley was the highest, right? Again. Oh, he was the other one. Among all the unreleased ones from 2022. And she's like 3rd in that. PoMa, but like, boom, like she shot past both of those two this year, right? And I mean, Clara isn't even that close, right? I guess Riley's still kind of close because he's like still top 3, but Annabelle, yeah. Again, I don't think it's much of a surprise. She's super popular, right? She is literally the most popular Frontier Brain, at least on this list, right? I think she might be the most popular Frontier Brain overall, even if you count like existing Frontier Brains in the game, because like I don't think any existing Frontier Brains in the game is like that popular, right? Like, who even is there? Let me just quickly, I can't find a, there we go. Frontier Brains. There's Thornton, Noland. Well, it's just a battle facility foe. But we're just looking for like Frontier Brains, right? Dorok's not as popular. No way. I mean, he is popular, but he's not that popular. Lucy, Thornton, Noland. I love Lucy, by the way. That's Lucy. Lucy is relatively popular, I feel. Yeah, it's just these 4, right? I guess her as well. Right. You can't count Leon, man. You can't count Leon. And Evelyn. Yeah, no. Yeah, Annabelle's easily the most popular one. Unless you want to count Ingo and Emmett. Do their thing count as... I guess they do. Okay, I guess Ingo and Emmett's probably like more popular. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Ingo and Emmett's more popular. But anyways, regardless, very popular character. Of the Battle Tower, right? The original Battle Tower. Well, kinda. Unless you want to count the the one and above, like what route was that? The one right before the desert in Hoenn and Ruby and Sapphire before Emerald Frontier. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, super popular. No brainer at number 1 over here. And her vote gap was actually pretty large. Like, I think, let me see. Number 2 and number 3 were close, right? They were close. Number 2 and number 3 were separated by single digits, and Annabelle wasn't even close, man. Annabelle just leapfrogged them. Leapfrogged the competition. Annabelle had, like, let me see. almost twice as many as Clara this time. And I think Clara was a bit above her the last time, right? Which again, these are all, you could all explain. Like, first of all, these are not scientific, right? It's just the opinion of the 500 or so. Relatively small in comparison to the player base. 500 something people is a lot of people still, I think. Folks that voted, which again, thank guys for participating. And it makes sense because if you take out like the top 5 the most voted characters from last year, right, that's just a lot of votes going elsewhere, right? So who knows, maybe all the people who voted Colors last year were just gonna throw their votes at Annabelle, right? Which would make sense. So it's Annabelle up here, right? So hopefully we get a decent amount of these characters in the game this year, right? I do feel like very, very, very high chance Scarlet Violet's going to come into this game this year, so there is going to be a portion of the new characters this year that is going to be occupied by a Scarlet Violet character. So I don't really think it's going to be, we're going to have 14 new characters come in the game in this list, right? I do think again but there will be at least a few from Scarlet Violet, which we could probably talk about in a separate video. And that aside, I don't know, would like 10 of these at least be a good chance? Because look, not all of the ones that came out last year were like the big popular ones. There was like 2 came out that were under 15 votes. It's like Nita and Lucas, which again, Lucas being under 15 votes as a pro tag is very, very sad. Incredibly sad. And even sadder when like Victor was like number 2, also a male pro tag. But yeah, I do feel like last year a lot of like Galarian Sword and Shield character votes were probably a bit more inflated, because like Sword and Shield again was like the big thing back then, right? So would make sense. So yeah, anyways, that's this one, I guess. So again, thank guys for participating, right? Just curious to see what people in terms of characters wise, we're anticipating for this year that could come to the game. And again, not scientific, all that stuff. And also, for those wondering about the percentages, the maximum percentage is like 300%, and there's like, I think 54 point something percent that was that were invalid votes, right? So we took those away, so it's like 200 something, whatever, right? Percent is like the total one, just because 3 entries for each person, but we count like each person as like one, right, entity. So because again, you can't vote for the same character twice. I explained it earlier, but just in case people skipped it, because it's a 50-minute long video, man, no one got time to watch through the whole thing. But anyways, yeah, that's why this one, I guess. Hope you all guys think in the comments below, like, enjoy the videos for our channel for more PoMa content. We could probably do another few separate videos discussing each region in terms of like the characters that aren't in the game yet and the chances of them coming to the game in what kind of fashion. I think that would be a fun video, right? So all right, have fun. I'll see you guys.